Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. I wanted to do a little bit of a different video today with something that is more or less affecting us all, which is the COVID-19 vaccine. I took it not too long ago, and I took the Pfizer one, which is given in 2 doses 3 weeks apart. And I wanted to share my experience because I feel it was a little different than what I've heard that, other people have experienced. Apparently, these vaccines have very different effects for everyone. Some people feel one way, some people feel another way, some people feel worse, some don't feel it at all, although I believe everyone more or less has some effects. Like I said, I took the Pfizer one, and there are many vaccines that you can take, depending where you are, you maybe offer one or the other. At the time I took it, which was at the end of March and the beginning of April or mid-April, Pfizer is the one that was pervasive here. I subscribed to the county list, and they called me 2 days later to schedule it, and I just went and did it. Now, the first dose, I took it on my left arm because I'm right-handed. So that's something that I would recommend you consider, because some people say, which wasn't my case, but that they cannot lift the arm. And if you take it on the arm, that you use all the time, it can hinder you severely. So think about that. So I took it in my left arm. First day, that day that I took it, in the evening, the arm was sore here, very, very sore, as if I had been punched. But I believe it was sore like that because I didn't realize that I should move it, so I didn't. And then the soreness, extended to the whole arm, and I even had my fingertips were kind of numb as well. But that was it. The next day I woke up, had nothing. First week, had nothing. After the first week, 7 days later, then I developed laryngitis and pharyngitis. It started like a scratchy throat, which I thought it was due to, the changing weather here. We're in spring, there are lots of allergies. I don't generally suffer from allergies, but who knows? It has happened here and there. Well, I don't think it was that. I think it was the vaccine, because 3 days later, my throat just closed, and it was very, very hard. I couldn't almost talk at all. But I didn't have any other symptoms. I didn't have a cold. I didn't have a runny nose, no ear infection, which I usually get when I get a cold. And the third day, this is like the 10th day after the vaccine, the third day after the symptoms started, I developed a fever at night, and the following day as well, until mid-afternoon or so. It wasn't a huge fever. I measured it. I had 99.3. But, I was warm. And yes, I was very, very tired, but it's a different sort of tired. It's like you feel okay, but and you want to do things, but your body, just doesn't respond in the way that it usually does. So these symptoms of tiredness here and there lasted about 5 days, and then the whole thing, for my throat to get better, it got better gradually, but for the whole thing to get better took 10 days from the time that it started. So 3 weeks later, here we go with the second dose. And pretty much the same, like the arm this time didn't hurt at all. Yes, I took precautions to move it, but from the very beginning, it just wasn't hurting. We're doing fine first week. Once after 7 days, again, this tiredness, this pervasive tiredness, although no temperature. And this tiredness lasted for 2 days. And actually, I started feeling depressed. And I wonder if it was because, the fact that my body couldn't respond the way that I was wanting it to. But then I thought of something else. If you are perimenopausal or you are menopausal, like it's my case, you are in one of those peaks of menopause, because menopause, just like the regular menstrual cycle, also has cycles. They're just different, and where you don't have a menstruation and you don't have those same symptoms, but and they're longer. Okay, my menopausal symptoms are very, very mild, but I do have them here and there, and they coincided, particularly during the second dose, with that vaccine. And I experienced some sort of depression, which I'm not a depressive person, and I don't get depressed. But the sort of depression that has to be hormonal, because I would go, I distinctly remember it was evening, and I was putting down my blinds, and tears just sprung up. And I wasn't sad. I wasn't thinking of anything that made me sad. I hadn't gone through anything traumatic, like anything like that. I wasn't remembering anything. It just happened. So I attributed it to the vaccine, in the sense that not the vaccine per se, but it will accentuate any symptoms that your body is currently going through. So keep that in mind. And obviously, these are very, very strong medicines, these vaccines, and yes, they are going to have an effect. I don't think they are unbearable, the effects. I think they are tolerable. In my case, they were definitely tolerable, but yes, they will hinder you here and there. I am happy to have taken the vaccine because, I had some restrictions at work, and even not at work, but I feel there's going to come a time that, this is a personal opinion, okay? I may be totally wrong, but it's going to come a time where if you have not taken the vaccine, you're going to be treated a little bit like a pariah, whether we are still dealing with this situation or not. So for what's worth, that was my experience. I hope it helps in some way. And let me know of any other symptoms or anything you may want to share with all of us here in the community. And thank you again for being here, for listening. I hope you have a great day, rest of your week. And I shall see you in my next video. Bye.